The polity in this country is terrible. The political structure of Nigeria is terrible. Those in leadership positions in Nigeria are terrible people who refuse to do the right thing. How can Fulani, a group of people from the Sahel, who migrated into this geographical sphere that is called Nigeria, now give an indigenous people ultimatum to vacate their land that they, Sahelians, may take possession of that land? It's crazy. It is unacceptable. But then you look at it. Bible says that whatsoever a man soweth, the same he shall reap. The Bible says as long as the earth endures, sowing time and reaping time will never cease. And I say life is faithful. It gives back to you what you gave to it. If you put 1 million naira in the bank, you cannot go and withdraw 1.1 million naira. One dime above it, no, bank cannot give you. If you sow cassava, you will reap cassava. If you sow rice, you will reap rice. What did Benue people do to Igbos during the war? Igbos who were fleeing north from being killed in the north, getting home to Benue. Benue people will kill them in Benue. And so the blood of innocent Igbos massacred by Benue people has been speaking to God for vengeance against Benue people. And God is a God of vengeance. People think they can do something and get away with it. No. Once you do wickedness, Bible says, evil shall slay the wicked. Now, so if you do evil, if one day you have just put some money in the bank, one day you go back and take it. If you do evil, you have just sown something, a day is coming, you will reap it. My pain now is the 13 Igbo communities created into Benue. They should find a way and vacate there. Because hell is coming on Benue. Now, the killing there has been so much since Buhari, the Fulani, came into power, and has been desiring to fulfill the vision of Othman Danfodio, the Fulani father, which is Islamize and Fulanize. And that is the program that the Fulanis are still pushing to actualize every time in this country. Trying to make Nigeria a hub for the Fulanis. It is a pity that such thing is happening. It is a pity because no matter what, the Benue people are humans. You don't waste human blood like you're wasting the blood of animal. Because even those who are killing now will one day receive their own repercussion. That is the situation. And that's why I keep saying it. Nigeria will never prosper. Nigeria will never grow. It will never be well in Nigeria until the political structure is changed.
How do you mean the political structure is changed? You mean removing APC for another party
No,
to take over?
it's not about political party. It's about the political structure. We have to go back to regional government or practice true federalism. States control your resources. Pay percent to the federal purse for the maintenance of the federal structure. It just three options. One must be done. True federalism, where states control their resources and pay percent to the federal purse for the maintenance of the federal structure. Or we go back to regional government where regions were controlling their life and what they have and they were just contributing to the center. Or we go back to who we were before Britain came here and amalgamated us in 1914. East was independent, South was West was independent, and North was independent. We break the nation. I have three republics: Republic of Biafra, Republic of Oduduwa, and Republic of Arewa. This is the solution, because the way Nigeria is constituted, it is a no man's land. It is a no man's business. The Yoruba man gets there, it is not his business. The Hausa man gets there, it is not his business. The Easterner who owns the resources, the oil, is cut off from power totally. And so the oil, since it doesn't belong to the West, West can mess it up. Since it doesn't belong to the North, North can mess it up. And they sit on power with the help of Britain. So that is the problem. The political structure is the problem. And this problem will continue unabatedly. Because you cannot do wrong and reap right. You cannot do something wrongly and get the right result. No, it doesn't ever happen.
Okay, the political structure is one of the nightmare.
That is the major nightmare. That is the major problem. That is the problem that creates other problems.
Now, is there any political will on the part of those within the corridor of power to set things right?
They don't. No such will.
Which means
The way
all
Nigeria
hope is lost.
the way Nigeria is porous, politically and security wise. Nigeria is very porous. They made it so. Britain made it so that they may be able to access our wealth and take our wealth. They are living on our wealth. Britain has always had this philosophy: divide and rule. They divide you if you are part of their colony, and then they take what you have. They wanted to do that to USA. USA said no. You have to send them away, and that's why USA is USA today. And that's why the world can go to USA and see it as a comfortable habitat. So Nigeria, the way it is absolutely porous. It belongs to nobody.
If they can write to the Benue people to prepare for war, haven't infiltrated the southwest, the southeast, the south, and every other part of Nigeria, don't you think they might also be preparing to unleash mayhem to take over those ancestral homes of the Jews or the Biafrans?
That has been Fulanized and Islamized. Kill them, take over their land has always been the vision of the Fulanis, and we know. And we have seen the handwriting on the wall. The other day, I heard that the Director General of DSS said that indigenous people, should prepare to defend themselves. Self-defense is the right of every human being. You understand? And it is obvious that Fulanis want to take over everywhere. Therefore, you have to prepare.
So why are people still docile? Why are people still
That is
unperturbed?
Nigerians for you. That is Nigerians for you. Laziz Aver. Suffering and smiling. You understand me? The handwriting is clear on the wall that something big is about to happen. And that those who are not prepared will be swept off. I pity any community in the East among Igbos that are not prepared. Nnamdi Kanu gave us a very good security outfit that any enemy will see and shudder. Our people in Igbo land, the governors, the politicians fought against that. And are coming out with all manner of security, whatever.
Which has failed and failed to protect the people.
Those things are bound to fail because they are not original. They don't have a strong taproot. There is no security outfit in the history of Igbo land that can be as strong as the Bakassi boys and as ESN. No. You understand? So, as it stands, only a fool among Igbos will not know that Igbos are targets. Only a fool amongst us will not know that. We have been here all this while, and we know, and we have seen it happen over and again. We have been the target. And thank God for our Jewish heritage, which is keeping us, which is the covenant that we have, that Elohim Israel had with his people. We cannot be annihilated. But we keep losing people. They keep killing us in every part of this nation. Now, look at the Yorubas. Amotekun is improving every day. The Yoruba governors have rallied around the Amotekun idea and are even making them more sophisticated.
But despite that, there have been series of attacks within the southwest.
Yeah, there will be attack. The enemy will always
and
attack.
Communities overrun.
The enemies will always attack. But that is also the political thing. The political will. Because politicians that we have are not leaders. They are career politicians. And so in every situation, they think about their political career. They protect their political career first. And that gives the enemy the opportunity to strike. You understand? So you see that among the Southwest politicians and security outfit, Amoteku. But what's hit is the East, is Igbo. You understand? And so Igbos should understand, understand that the enemy is at the door. That the enemy is at the door. Every family, every man in Igbo land, every community, that every village that is not prepared will be swept off. Mark my word. Because the enemy that we are fighting is very strong. The enemy that we are fighting are dead men.
How how do we get here that Fulani a minority, people who
They don't even belong here.
migrated,
They are not indigenous.
they are not indigenous people,
They just
now coming to conquer the entire indigenous ethnic nationalities,
Oh,
and
well.
they are keeping quiet?
Oh well, that is Nigeria for you. That is Nigeria for you. And there is a cause working against us with that name, Nigeria. Because when Flora Shaw coined that name, Nigeria, what she had in mind was nigger area. And the word nigger means backward, darkness, stupid, idiotic, retrogressive, evil. And she and her husband and the British, colonial masters then sat over it and no, you can't call them nigger area. You baptize it Niger area, Nigeria. So there is a cause in that name, and that name must be changed. That's one of the things we must do here. If we can't, people should just forget about this country. One day we all will burn. Because any other war that will happen here, which is obvious, will happen. Because there is proliferation of arms as we speak.
A movement of people.
Arms are being proliferated. People are just you. One arrested the Boko Haram member said when he was asked of how they got guns, he said in the north it is easier to buy a gun than to buy a loaf of bread. So there is serious proliferation of arms. And now that the Director General of DSS has made it obviously open, he said so because he's a Yoruba man. If he was an Hausa man, he wouldn't say it.
Maybe he has some classical informations
Yes,
that
anybody
the security personnel has been overwhelmed.
Anybody there know what is happening. They know the truth. Do we have security? Do you know how many soldiers have been killed since 2015 or more or before that? We don't have soldiers anymore. A lot have died. Policemen have died. Forcemen have died. So the security system is very weak. You give them money to buy arms and they divert the money. And our forcemen are using outdated arms. And these people are using modern electric arms. And you think you can stand with them. Nigeria is porous as far as security is concerned. We don't have security here. We are not safe. The government in Nigeria has collapsed, has failed. It has got to be you and your enemy. You have got to prepare. You have got to defend yourself. It has got to be you and your enemy, you and your God helping you. Because this nation has failed. Look at it from everywhere. Cancer has eaten up Nigeria. Spiritual cancer, financial, political cancer has eaten up this country. So, everyone has got to prepare. Go home and prepare. As you're walking on the street, you're not safe. As long as the Fulani is here, you are not safe. The Fulani can do anything. They can kill anybody. Killing human being is nothing to them. And would the educated Fulanis tell me they don't know? They know. All these uneducated people that kill people, and they know. Because all of them believe in the vision of Osman Danfodio. Fulanize and Islamize. Wipe them out and take their land and habit there. All those hunters you see that were going, ones that they killed in Edo State. For goodness sake, you say you are hunters and you barge in on a community. Don't they have hunters, your partners over there? Don't you know you are supposed to write them and tell them you're coming? Do you know their bushes more than them? Is it not the indigenous people that know their bushes where animals are? And so you write them that you're coming. And if you come, you team up and they take you to where animals are. And you do your hunting and you give them their beat and you go. But you barge in on people armed and you say you're hunters.
Hunting human beings or what?
Hunting,
That is the question people have not
hunting
answered.
the land of the people. Find a way and kill the people, settle down there. After a time, they become indigenous. Was that not what they did in the north? And have overpowered indigenous Hausa people. So there is danger in the land. Absolute danger.